Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is David Novak. Going to do a brief poetry reading tonight. I don't know if you hear the explosions in the background. Today is the 4th of July in my country, the United States of America. Yesterday I saw a video posted by James Holder, a booktuber of long standing. I will put a link in the description box. He read a poem which felt very apropos to the times, and it has not been in my mind for a long while, though I'm sure I have previously posted myself reading it on this channel. But so I've been thinking about it since, and so I would like to read that same poem to you. Incidentally, Library of America has a 5-volume set anthologizing all the best of American poetry, or poetry of the United States of America, I should say, to be more specific. Shine, perishing republic. While this America settles in the mold of its vulgarity, heavily thickening to empire, and protest, only a bubble in the molten mass, pops and sighs out, and the mass hardens. I, sadly smiling, remember that the flower fades to make fruit, the fruit rots to make earth. Out of the mother, and through the spring exultances, ripeness and decadence, and home to the mother. You making haste, haste on decay, not blameworthy. Life is good, be it stubbornly long or suddenly a mortal splendor. Meteors are not needed less than mountains. Shine, perishing republic. But for my children, I would have them keep their distance from the thickening center. Corruption never has been compulsory. When the cities lie at the monster's feet, there are left the mountains. And boys, be in nothing so moderate as in love of man, a clever servant, insufferable master. There is the trap that catches noblest spirits, that caught, they say, God when he walked on earth. So, some thoughts flashed across my mind while I was reading that, and now they are gone, as with the meteor. Well, corruption has never been compulsory. I think that is a good lesson for our times. We have the attempted fascist takeover of the United States of America at this time by the regime of Donald Trump. I don't think that it has been chiseled in granite as yet that the republic must perish. But a lot depends on what we do and how we respond to these challenges. The next poem that I thought I would read is one that I love very much, by W.H. Auden, the epitaph on a tyrant. Well, we don't quite have a tyrant yet in Donald Trump, although he is doing his best to become one. His own mind is beginning to slip, and I'm sure that his grasp on all of these evil minions is going to slacken or loosen. So he will not be around very long regardless. But I think this poem by W.H. Auden reveals something very telling about the tyrant mindset. Epitaph on a tyrant. Perfection of a kind was what he was after, and the poetry he invented was easy to understand. He knew human folly like the back of his hand, and was greatly interested in armies and fleets. When he laughed, respectable senators burst with laughter, and when he cried, the little children died in the streets. I don't think there has been an administration responsible for more infant deaths and children deaths than this of Donald Trump, this regime. And they continue apace until we can eject or evict these malefactors from their present positions in Washington. So, as a final poem, when asked, did he consider himself an American or English, T.S. Eliot answered, well, I don't know if he answered this, but he wrote it in an essay. Whatever W.H. Auden is, I guess I should be considered the opposite. Well, Eliot was born in St. Louis, I believe, and moved to London. W.H. Auden was born over there somewhere and moved here, but he traveled around quite a bit as well. But I'm going to take it completely away to somebody who, so far as I know, didn't even travel to this country, the great Robert Burns. And the Robinson Jeffers poem talked a little bit about moderation. That word came up. And we are in a time when we have this MAGA cohort, this set of people supporting Donald Trump and all of the villainous deeds which he is propagating, I guess you would say. And somebody was just talking about everybody in the world wonders why they are so mad all the time, just filled with anger. They get everything that they want, and yet they're just angry all the time. And I think part of that is because they have never learned to cultivate the mindset of moderation. And so the poem I'm going to read by Robert Burns, it's titled Epistle to a Young Friend from May 1786. And it's always been one of my favorites. And I think it gives some friendly advice as far as how to live one's life, kind of along the lines of that famous thing by Kipling, but this one, I think is less, less, or has become less cliched than that, simply because it is less known. I lang hae thought my youthful friend is something to have sent you, though it should serve nae other end than just a kind memento. But how the subject theme may gang, let time and chance determine. Perhaps it may turn out a sang, perhaps turn out a sermon. Ye'll try the world soon, my lad, and Andrew dear, believe me, you'll find mankind an unco squad, and muckle they may grieve ye. For care and trouble set your thought, even when your ends attained, and all your views may come to naught, where every nerve is strained. I'll no say men are villains all, the real hardened wicked, wha have nae check but human law, are to a few restricted. But och, mankind are unco weak, and little to be trusted. If self the wavering balance shake, it's rarely right adjusted. Yet they wha fa in fortune's strife, their fate we should na censure, for still the important end of life they equally may answer. A man may ha an honest heart, though porteth hourly stare him. A man may tak a neighbour's part, yet ha nae cash to spare him. I free offhand your story tell, when with a bosom crony, but still keep something to yoursel, ye scarcely tell to ony. Conceal yourself as weels ye can frae critical dissection, but keek through every other man with sharpened, sly inspection. The sacred low, a weel-placed love, luxuriantly indulge it, but never tempt the licit rove, though nothing should divulge it. I waive the quantum o' the sin, the hazard of concealing, but och, it hardens all within, and petrifies the feeling. To catch Dame Fortune's golden smile, assiduous wait upon her, and gather gear by every wile that's justified by honor, not for to hide it in a hedge, nor for a train attendant, but for the glorious privilege of being independent. The fear o' hell's a hangman's whip to hold the wretch in order, but where ye feel your honor grip, let that aye be your border. Its slightest touches instant pause, debar aside pretenses, and resolutely keep its laws uncaring consequences. The great Creator to revere must sure become the creature, but still the preaching can't forbear, and even the rigid feature. Yet ne'er with wits profane to range be complacence extended, and atheist laughs a poor exchange for deity offended. When ranting round in pleasure's ring, religion may be blinded, or if she gie a random sting, it may be little minded. But when on life we're tempest driven, a conscience but a canker, a correspondence fixed with heaven is sure a noble anchor. Adieu, dear amiable youth, your heart can ne'er be wanting. May prudence, fortitude, and truth erect your brow undaunting. In plowman phrase, God send you speed, still daily to grow wiser, and may ye better reck the reed than ever did the adviser. Just some marvelous advice. The MAGA cohort would do well to heed it, and indeed the Christian nationalist cohort as well. So I will leave off. That was Robert Burns again. Just as a side note, you will note a couple of words in that poem which you will find throughout my poem: unco, UNCO, and what was the other one? There's another one, portith, POORTITH. The meaning is evident from the context. Thank you very much for stopping by my channel.